Hey, it's Eva Kuhle from Plaid, and I'm back with a brand new unboxing video with some gorgeous new custom trousers, jackets, and sport coats from our partners at Hickey Freeman in Rochester, New York. There's a lot of great fabrics to show, so sit back and enjoy. And as always, if you see any of the fabrics in this video and you'd like to commission a wonderful custom garment for yourself, please feel free to drop us a line through any of our social media channels or email me directly at ava@epaulettebrand.com. Okay, let's start off strong with some heavyweight wools. This and the next couple fabrics were all from our Factory Finds collection, which were all luxurious off-price goods that we located at the factory in person with our visit in summer 2022. They are available at a great price and in really limited quantities. And this is the first time that I've actually seen some of them made up into pants. So it's exciting to check these out in the flesh. So the first fabric here is called the Camel gun check. This is a heavyweight Scottish tweed in a really lovely pattern. You can see that it's a kind of a large scale Glen check with tones of light tan sitting on dark mocha, and just a beautiful execution as always from Hickey Freeman with really wonderful degrees of pattern matching. Next up, for another heavyweight woolen, this is a pretty similar fabric to what we just saw. This is called the Mocha houndstooth. Same weight, same yarn, but a tighter pattern here, slightly darker undertone of like a dark sand, also going with a mocha chocolate in a repeating houndstooth pattern, which is kind of like medium scale. And I really dig this a lot. This is a really classic shape, but also is kind of mod, very cool, and a great way to do a trouser. This next fabric is really awesome, coming from McGee in Scotland. This is the exploded tartan tweed. This was also a promotional fabric. And look, I know I talk about this a lot, but look at the pattern matching on this across the front of the pants. Absolutely flawless. This is a classic Royal Stuart tartan, but it's done in a really oversized, cool, and bold exploded scale. And this is also the tailor shape. So this is a high-waisted pant with a single pleat. I know it's a little bit hard to see, but what a cool piece and a really great pant for the holidays. Next up is the muted olive window pane, and this is a really cool blend. This fabric is actually 62% linen, 24% silk, and 13% wool. The hand on it is great. It's really smooth and comfortable, but it's interesting. Even with the linen and the silk, I'd still say this is definitely a fall-winter weight. It's got a nice heft to it, and has an amazing texture. So you can see it has a really large diagonal twill structure running through it. It has this cool muted olive ground, has this classic dark brown window pane. Just a great pattern, and I think despite the fact that the yarn is fairly heavy, the mixture here with the linen and the silk means that you could really wear this 4 seasons. It's not a particularly light or cold pant, but it does have a great heft and a great drape. Again, promo fabric. This is absolutely stunning. From Loro Piana, this is the navy wool herringbone. This is a mid-weight flannel with a tonal herringbone weave. We did a sport coat in the dark emerald green version of this cloth, and it was a knockout. So as a pant, this is great. Loro Piana is one of the best mills on earth, and this fabric does not disappoint. I know we do have more goods in this, and if you're looking for a gorgeous navy with a great herringbone texture, the weight here, it's not super heavy, but it's definitely thick enough to keep you warm on cooler days. This is a wonderful option. Next up is a personal favorite of mine from Italy, from Duca di Visconti. This is our wide wale corduroy. This is a fabric that we've been selling for, I guess, almost about 1.5 years. We did a big run of Doyles in this in the early fall of 2021, and we've kind of continued to offer this as a custom option every single time that we have a round of jackets, Doyles, pants. Every single time somebody buys 1 or 2 pieces, and we're down to about maybe enough to make 5 more units. But it's really excellent. If you like corduroy, this is thick, it's plush, it's really a perfect shade of brown, machine washable, very comfortable, and the Duca Visconti goods, they really last forever. So this is something where you're gonna be able to really wash, wear it, and enjoy kind of like watching it fade and watching it break in. This particular pant was finished with side tabs or side straps at the waist, which is a really cool look. We offer this as an upgrade for all of our pants, And one thing that people really find it valuable for is if you're into, especially like rare shoes and interesting colors of like shell cordovan or exotic leathers where it's hard to find a matching belt. When you get the side straps, suddenly you don't need a belt. So good selling point for that, but just a great corduroy pant available overall. This is another Laura Piana pant, and I'm so glad that we have this made up and I can show it on video. So this is called the Academia Shadow Plaid. It's a super high thread count dress wool. Let me show you the pattern first. So it's a kind of a dark gray. You can see from a few steps back, it really reads almost as a solid, but when you get close, it does have this really nice small scale check pattern with an extremely subtle and faded red accent line. Just a great sophisticated pattern, great mixture of colors. But the real story here is how this feels. You can kind of see on video just how soft and beautiful this fabric is. It is one of the most luxurious dress wools that I've ever felt. This is a wonderful pant. It's, kind of the typical weight of a suit pant. It's wearable 4 seasons, but really such a luxurious hand, such a soft feeling. And this will be not only really sophisticated, but extremely comfortable to wear. The next few pants were from a promotion that we did called Twill and Tweed. These are actually fabrics which we have available here in Los Angeles that we've done stock production in our LA made garments, and we made them available for custom orders through Hickey Freeman. And these first two are our famous Japanese washable space dye wool. This is a very cool wool blend. We've done a ton of rivet chinos out of this. We've done Doyles, we have done Kamigata jackets. And it's just awesome to see this made up into a pair of properly tailored trousers as well. It's the kind of fabric that you would never see in a pant shape like this. I've got 2 colors. This first color is the amethyst, kind of purple colorway. You can see it's got this amazing texture to it. All of these great cross hatch lines and different color variations. And this just has a great hand. The space dye is not super heavy, so it's definitely fall winter weight, but it's something in a lot of climates which you could start wearing, around the end of September and keep wearing until let's say the end of May. Yeah, and this is the amethyst color, purple dominated, and let me show you the next one. This is the golden khaki space dye. Out of all the special orders we took, this was actually the best seller. Really straightforward color. This is, kind of a golden khaki. So it's a great neutral, which will really go with anything, but once you get up close, you do still have all of this great tonality and texture and interest in this. And again, both of these totally machine washable as pants. For the last fabric from the Twill and Tweed collection, I'm excited to see this made up, and I really want to go to bat for it. This is called the Indigo Herringbone. We did a bunch of chinos in it. We did a few jackets in it too. It has been a really popular stock item, but I think it actually is an amazing consideration for a custom trouser. This comes from Japan. It is machine washable. The color here is like a dark indigo, kind of similar to like a dark jean, but you do have this really strong herringbone texture going through it. But what I think this does really well is you can see that this fabric has a bit of a sheen to it. As you wash and wear this, that sheen's going to go down, but it does have a pretty dressy appearance for cotton. So I think this actually works really great as a casual dress pant. The cloth itself, because of the texture, is actually naturally wrinkle resistant. So this is something which is really easy to travel with. There's no special care. You can wash it, you can machine dry it, you can iron it. It has a low tension, which gives it kind of this just really easy and comfortable fit, which just means that it's a no fuss pant, which gives you the ease of a cotton trouser with a slightly dressier appearance. This would go great with a sport coat. You could totally wear this with a dress shirt. And I think it's a really versatile cloth. Not to mention, this pattern is amazing. When do you see a cool dark indigo herringbone like this? I think it's a tremendous cloth. This final pant is a one-off. I do regret that we can't offer any more. We located one little bolt of fabric and this customer commissioned a trouser in it, but this is pure black camel hair. It's awesome. This feels just as good as you would expect. We do quite a bit with camel hair, but to come across like this, actual black camel hair is pretty rare. It is usually done in kind of the undyed shades of tan that you would expect, or sometimes you'll see it in navy. One of the only black camel hairs that I've seen, and I think it's actually so awesome that it's made up into a pant. The customer chose the snail mother of pearl, this kind of off-white color as buttons, which I think is a really cool accent. But he does live somewhere really cold, and this is going to be really one of the warmest pants you can have on a freezing day. So really cool to see this all made up. Now let's move on to Now let's move on to some jackets, and I'm so excited to show this one to you guys. When we went to the factory and we went through all the promotional fabrics, I came across a cloth which was a heavyweight double-faced wool. On the front, it is a classic olive and navy black watch tartan, and on the rear, it is a solid navy. So it's this cool double-faced accent, really thick and heavy cloth, which is intended for use in outerwear or an overcoat. And our customer commissioned this in the field jacket. And I think this is a straight up masterpiece. This is really one of the coolest items which has ever held the Epaulet brand name on the inside. The field jacket is a variant of the Doyle, which has 4 button-down flap pockets in the front, and everything about this is amazing. This tartan looks so sharp as the external pattern, as the double-faced detail. Here you see the solid navy on the inside, which is a cool accent, but then also both the Doyle and the field jacket have functional cuffs. So when the customer wears this coat, he can roll the cuff back, and then you're also going to see this solid navy accent, kind of contrast at the cuff. And I think this is just a great detail, but amazing, amazing cloth. We do have more of this available, and if you're interested in a jacket from us, any one of our jacket shapes, I think this is a tremendous option. Okay, and now for a totally different weight and vibe. This is a custom Doyle jacket done in 100% cotton madras. This is so cool. This is one of the promo fabrics that we offered as well. This is definitely intended for the spring, summer. It's a very lightweight and gauzy, machine washable cotton. But what a cool pattern. It's a very, very classic madras check. Different shades of navy, tones of orange and yellow going through that. Just a really cool accents, and again, absolutely flawless pattern matching. Look, you can barely even find the pocket here. You got to look really hard to see that there's a patch pocket. They finish these jackets so nicely, and this is a great choice. We do have lots of this fabric, so we can definitely do any kind of jacket, suit, or trouser on demand. Our last item for today is a beautiful sport coat. This was done in one of our factory finds one-off fabrics. We don't have any more of this available, but we're just doing this as a nice little video record of its beauty. This comes from L'Onoficio de Pry, and this is called Roman Sunset Glencheck. I made up that name. We just came across this beautiful woolen and kind of reminded me of Rome a bit, but really cool classic pattern. You have kind of like a taupe tobacco ground with a tonal-ish Glencheck and kind of a cool dark navy accent. But I think these patterns, kind of in this scale, give a really great old school vibe. And this is done in our classic Dartmouth sport coat with butterfly liners. And this customer chose to use a dark navy liner, which is, I think, a great accent, and black horn buttons. Really, really beautiful piece. And that's it for the unboxing video today. Thank you guys as always for watching. If you have any questions whatsoever, or you want to commission something for yourself, please feel free to reach out to us via social media. Go to our website at www.epaulettebrand.com, or feel free to email me, Eva Kuhle, personally at eva@epaulettebrand.com. Thank you so much.